What's up, Slay Nation? Justin Query here, the Kayak Series Director. With my buddy Josh Fusen, the other Kayak Series Director. What's up, Josh?
What's going on, Justin? What's up, everybody?
Oh, man. Running a little bit late tonight, but you know how life is. Gonna have to make a quick one. I know we both got shit going on and work and all that good stuff. Just want to do a quick recap of Tupper Lake this past weekend and touch on the special event we got coming up next weekend for 4th of July real quick. But anything you want to touch on quick before we get into the tournament?
Um, I know some people had a great day with Tupper. If you were on them, you were on them. If you weren't, you weren't. There was really no in between.
Yeah, it was a fun event, man. I mean, I have a pretty good track record there, but even like some of the guys are hitting, 83, 84, 85 inches. In the past years, that's a decent spot to be in for that tournament. But
I find it hilarious though, because pre-fishing the week before, I put up 90.5 inches, and you and I were talking, and we're like, if this was tourney day, that could be enough to win it. And then what did you win with?
90 and a half, man.
What's up, Nielsen? What's up, Gino?
What's up, boys? So, yeah, all right, man, let's get into this real quick. So we had 26 anglers show up for this one. 4 or 5 new guys that haven't fished with us before. A couple of young teenagers that fish up in Tupper Lake. So it was awesome to have those guys on the tournament. 26 anglers, 181 fish submitted. It's a pretty good tournament. We'll go through the top 10 quick. 10th was Zach LeClaire, 84 inches. Kevin Phipps in 9th with 84 and a half. Chris Nielsen, our buddy in the native crew, with 85 inches at 8th place. A lot of years at Tupper Lake, 85 inches, you never get your 8th. It'd be more like a 3rd, 4th, 5th place finish. So, Alfred Morgan, 86 and a quarter, 7th place. Jared Haskell, 86 and 3/4. And then in the top 5, we got Josh Brewer with 87, who was chasing me down all day long. Matthew Rothery at 87 and a half, finished with 4th. And then in our top 3, we had our buddy Chucky, nailed down the big bass with 21-inch giant. Finished out a nice bag with 89 inches to take 3rd place. So he had a pretty good day, man. And he helped Zach take home the tag team.
Not to mention, this is Chucky's 2nd year, and that's his first time in the money. So
Definitely,
the fact that we got those sweet catch trophies this year made it even better. He got the 3rd place trophy and that big bass medallion. So he definitely got some swag to put on his wall.
Yeah, you could bling it up on a chain like I've been trying to tell you, man. So come to the invasion.
I don't want to ruin it. There's no holes in it to put the chain around.
That's true. I wouldn't know. I don't have one, so. But that's all good. So Bailey took 2nd place with 90 inches even. We had a nice bag, 19 3/4, 19, couple 17s, and a big 16. So good bag for Bailey. But this one, I had to take the win on this one, man. This is my 2nd favorite lake probably in the country that I fish, or in the state that I fish. So I had to take the win. It was 90 and a half that I had with a big fish at 19 and a half, and I had all of those 5 that I used before 9 o'clock. 8:57 was my last hole.
So, I don't have the numbers in front of me. You said Bailey was 90 inches?
He was 90 even, and I was 90 and a half, yeah.
So that's kind of funny because 2 years ago when we had our championship there, it was literally a half-inch difference between 1st and 2nd that won it. And then 2nd and 3rd tied with the same inches. So that's kind of cool.
What's up, Kyle? It's Kyle down in PA. There's a couple different things, man, that I heard was working for me winning it. I can tell you, I didn't use top water. I started out with a wacky rig Senko, fishing the bridge for a little bit, but after that, first half an hour with a wacky rig, I put the chatter rod in my hand and I never put it down. Throwing one of those new Z-Man Evo chatterbaits, and I slung that thing all damn day.
Those things are nice.
The crazy thing for me is that in practice with Josh and my dad, Josh actually was the one that found this chatterbait bite. I'll give him credit. But what we were doing in practice, Josh and I were finding schools of bait fish, and we're casting kind of in that in like 5 to 8 foot of water, and we were ripping it. I mean, we were pretty steadily ripping that shit right through the grass to keep it up going. And they were just coming up and slamming them. Me and Josh were just slamming them in that one spot. So uh, the tournament though, it kind of changed for me, and I don't know if it was the hot weather, then the cold, and it kind of like things kind of shifted there. But I couldn't get them to bite, just burning that chatterbait through the grass. I was kind of popping it through the grass and letting it hit the bottom, popping it again, let it drop, hit the bottom, and they would hit it on the drop. And that's the only time they would hit it was on the drop.
Yeah, I mean the spot you were fishing, I was over there fishing that for about 2 hours first thing in the morning, and I was fishing it the same way we were in practice, just coming over top of the grass because of how thick it was, and I couldn't get anything. That's when I moved on, and you just happened to find the pattern after I left, and it worked for you. And
yeah, they just wanted it a little different way. I mean, I probably could have caught some to burn it there through, but for whatever reasons, those three big ones, I caught like three culls within like 15, 20 minutes of each other. If I had to look, I couldn't remember, but it was like bang, 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 18, 18, 17, or whatever it was. I just, cracked him real quick. So I could have been done fishing at like 8:57. I caught that last one, but especially with the Hobie having a leak in it, so I could have just.
It was the same thing when we were pre-fishing. I had that 90.5 inches by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what that kind of place. You fished it enough. That place you crack them. Either you crack them and you're on them, or you don't. And it's just the way it is. And even when you're not on them, though, you'll catch fish. There's just not a lot of big fish in there. But
I do want to give another shout out to Chucky, though. If anybody doesn't know, so Tupper Lake is actually the second time this season that Chucky has broke his PB. He broke it in his first tournament on Owasco with I think it was a 20 and a quarter maybe, or 20 and a half. And then he just broke it again on Tupper with a 21 inch. So 2 times this season, Chucky's hit his PB. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome to see Chucky do that. He was chasing me down all day, man. We had that 21. I thought he was definitely going to catch me. But Kyle, I know talking to other guys at the awards too, topwater bite was on fire. Heard frogs and buzz baits were just lighting them up like crazy. So that was pretty much the big combos that I saw. It was mostly topwater, some chatterbaits, a little bit of wacky rig in there, but that's kind of what I heard from around the room when people were talking at the awards. But so that's that team. Obviously, was the team. What's the team name for them? Black Bass Banditos. 93.5. They took home the team win. So Chucky's day helped Zach came home get his entry fee back. So that's pretty cool. So that's the Tupper Lake recap, man. It was awesome. We did our awards at Battlefish Charters. We had some pizza. We had a good time, right? That was a pretty good time at the awards. AJ shop was freaking sweet, man. I just want to go up there and build rods and hang out for the day. So AJ, shout out to you. Thanks for that. Awesome awards. Able to get out of the weather and get warm and dry and have some pizza. So that was awesome. But last thing is I want to cover is anything else you want to cover on this tournament?
I mean, I know we did times a little bit different, and I think it really worked out that way. I mean, I know some people might want to go a little bit farther, but for myself, who was fishing somewhere near the launch, it was kind of nice to launch and only have to wait 10 minutes before I had to cast.
Yeah, we did that because of the weather, but also because on Tupper Lake, man, there's like a dozen launches you could use. So there's not a spot that I can even think of that you couldn't pedal to within 15 minutes. So that's kind of how we did that. I wanted the extra 15 minutes for everybody to fish. I think it worked out. That's pretty good fishing. But as soon as we started first cast, man, I was catching fish. So I would rather not give that up. It was daylight quick too, so I'd rather be fishing during that. But so that's that. Anything else you want to cover, or anything you want to shout out anybody, or anything you want to cover? Shout out to sponsors, anything on that tournament besides fish?
Just as always, a big shout out to our big sponsors. Doc's Tackle, you took home the rod from this one, and Empire Pizza hooking us up with some of the cash for the awards there. Keller Williams Realty hooking us up with some cash, and Battlefish Charters. Obviously, they hosted us. They're giving us a rod. Then we got A-Bay Lure Lab giving us some sweet packages, and Gino's Off the Hook Bait Shop.
Yeah, so it has an awesome tournament. So we won't be back to Tupper Lake next year. maybe 2026 we'll be back. I'm sure we will. But definitely a cool lake to be at. So before we go, jump off here quick, because I know Josh and I are both exhausted. Wanted to cover this tournament. Josh and I came up with a little fun tournament to do for next weekend. The Fish for Freedom tournament. This is a nationwide kind of Northeast tournament. Um, there's like a bunch of states that we opened up for this all up in the Northeast. So New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut, Vermont, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine. If you live in those states, you can fish this. So just something to give everybody something extra to do when they're out fishing. I'm sure everybody will at least get out for one day next weekend. If you're lucky enough to get out for four, good for you. But you can even night fish. You can fish pretty much any of those 4 days, and then we'll close it on the fourth day at 5 o'clock. So there's plenty of time to fish because it's 4th of July. We're going to do the 4 fish limit. So we're looking for that. 4 fish only, catch board and yak attack leaderboards both accepted now. Everything is pretty much the same for the tournament. If you are a veteran or active duty, make sure that you type this discount. It's easier just to copy and paste that into your when you register for the tournament. But then you'll get $10 off for being a vet. Right now, we already got 8 people signed up. With almost a week to go before the tournament starts. So get signed up for that. We'll be sharing that out now that Tupper Lake's over. Trying to get as many people as we can. It would be awesome to see like 20 guys in there, 25 guys in there. Battle it out over 4th of July, man. What do you think?
Yeah. So one of the things that I wanted to bring up with this event, so this was something Justin and I literally decided a couple weeks ago to put together. It wasn't something that we planned on the beginning of the season, so this is just the start. But what we were talking about is making this an annual thing, but next year, obviously having a whole year to plan for it, we're looking at getting more sponsors for it. And instead of cash for winning it, we're looking at having prize packages because we're looking at making this a charity event going forward for Heroes on the Water. Is that what AJ said it was called?
Yeah.
So going all towards veterans, 4th of July, it's something we wanted to do to really show some appreciation out there. So
yeah, it'd be cool, man. I think that's definitely a good plan for next year is to turn this into a charity event. So
we got a whole year to plan it up for next year. So this should be something awesome next year.
Yeah, maybe even we'll get some, maybe even a trophy or something for purse. And the other thing is with this, all of our sponsors for this individual event, we got 3 sponsors for this event, and all 3 are veteran-owned small businesses. So Battlefish Charters, A-Bay Lure, and Grams Off the Hook Bait Shop came up with prizes with us for first, second, and third for the event. And so shout out to them for that. But
we're also so 4th place. We're also doing a prize. So I am going to give whoever takes 4th place $10 off their next Slay Nation event.
There you go. Yeah, whatever event you want to use it on, if it's next live event or whatever you want. You can do a coupon code for whatever event they want. So, all right, man. Yeah, so get signed up for this if you haven't done it. If you're planning on fishing next weekend, might as well fish in this. Get ready for the Rivers Only tournament. Probably should cover something on the Rivers Only tournament quick. You want to talk about the Rivers Only real quick? Anything quick in case anybody's got any questions on that? I've had quite a few messages.
We are going to be doing another live when we get closer to it, but we did decide if you are in NYKBF or plan on fishing NYKBF's event, we are going to allow anything within their boundaries to count for the Rivers Only tournament. Yeah. Because basically even there's 2 lakes they have in play. Well, I think one was a lake and one was
a reservoir.
But it's all still basically part of that river system. So to make things easier with that part of the event and to allow people to double dip, anything within NYKBF boundaries will be accepted for that tournament.
Yep. It's basically a river system anyway. So we're going to allow that. And we were originally going to just allow the fish that were caught in the river, but it's really cutting it, picking and choosing it, and it's going to get kind of weird for us judging. So basically, if you're in NYKBS event, whatever they accept for boundaries, we will let you fish that in our Rivers Only tournament. So Everybody else, go fish wherever you want as long as you're in the river. We really don't care where you're at.
The other thing with that event, I know the people that showed up to Tupper Awards already know this. For anyone else watching, it's going to take, a couple days to a week to actually get all of the fish from this event judged. We will pull standings back up so you can see, but they will not be official right away. We have to make sure we have to go through and verify every single catch location for this tournament to verify it was caught within the river system. Um, what I was telling some of the guys at Tupper about that is if your phone isn't set up to where if you take a regular picture, it shows the location, like I know mine doesn't, use the camera in the Tourney X app because it will instantly pop up with the location. Because if, even though you caught it in the river, if the location isn't accurate and it's not showing that you're in that river system, we're going to have to DQ the fish. So with that being said, make sure your location is accurate. Either use the Tourney X app, make sure you're submitting right away when you catch the fish, whatever you've got to do. And like I said, with us having to verify everything, it is going to take a little bit longer. I know Justin's going to be working all that week and he'll be trying to do it in between. I actually leave the day after the tournament for Boston for a family vacation for the week. So I'm going to be doing it as I can probably later in the evening, but it's going to take me a little bit as well.
Yeah, I'll probably knock out most of this so you can enjoy your vacation. But yeah, I think the only other questions I think that people have had is St. Lawrence River. What are we going to allow and not allow on the river? What we decided is Lake Ontario is not in play. To include Chameau Bay, that is not in play. But if you want to fish the Chameau River, the Black River, any of the rivers leading into that, that's fine. And all of St. Lawrence River outside of that is in play, including Lake of the Isles, which is still part of the river. So, any questions on St. Lawrence River? If you plan on fishing St. Lawrence and you're really unsure on if you're allowed to fish somewhere, just get a hold of me or Josh, and we'll make it clear. But basically, Josh, do you know like the beginning part? What is it, Alex Bay, or what is that?
Yeah. It goes, you got Alex Bay. It's like right there by Chippewa Bay and all of that, I believe is close to where it's. I mean, that's as far up as I go. I think it actually goes farther than that on the U.S. side, but farthest I go up is like Chippewa Bay.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up real quick so I can verify. But yeah, just make sure you guys are fishing on the right side of this. Because first, if you're going to fish the St. Lawrence River, make sure you're on the American side. You can't go into Canadian waters. But yeah, the farthest you can go is like it's going to be pretty much. What is this Tippets Point Lighthouse up here, like Cape Vincent area. I'll make up something for St. Lawrence and get it out there. But if you're like from Cape Vincent up all the way up towards like what is it, all the way to freaking Ogdensburg, anywhere in there you're good, including Lake of the Isles. So just you can't go on main Lake Ontario. That's the big one. Just don't go to Main Lake. Don't go to Chameau Bay. Don't go to Black River Bay. I can't remember the other ones. 3 Mile Bay. Don't go to those bays. You got to stay in the river.
Now you can launch in the bay if like you need to, but you have to fish the river. Also, like when you get closer up to A Bay, if anybody's going that way, make sure you know where you're at in the water. Make sure you're fishing on the U.S. side.
Yep.
You don't want to go into Canada waters and get in trouble.
Yep. Yeah. It's gonna, and it's pretty easy for us to see if we were in Canadian water on Tourney X. So, any questions on the rivers only though? Let me know. Any other questions? We'll try to get back to you. I know I've got a lot of questions coming in about the tournaments coming up. So I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. I just got a lot of shit going on with school and work. So, and I know Josh is just as busy, and he got a vacation coming up. So things are a little crazy. I know I'm only going to be able to fish maybe one day out of that tournament next weekend, maybe two if I'm lucky, but that's all good. So, all right, man. Anything else you want to cover?
No, that's about all I have. You went over times for the Fish for Freedom event, right?
Yeah, it starts at midnight that day, and it ends at 5 p.m. That Sunday. So
Yeah, I think we got everything covered. Then we will be doing another live right before the Fish for Freedom event starts, and another live right before the Indian River, or not the Indian, the Rivers Only tourney. Sorry.
yep, yeah, no Indian River Lakes. That would be cool though. You can go to Indian River, so that'd be a good move. Yeah, Chris, you can definitely smuggle that if you want. All right, man. You guys all have a good night. Shout out to everybody that placed on the Tupper Lake tournament. It was a great tournament. We had a lot of fun out there. So thanks for everybody coming out for that one. Hope you all sign up for the Freedom tournament and the Rivers Only tournament. Come fish with us again, man.
Yeah, take it easy, guys. We'll see you
Have a good
later.
night. Later.